For over 400 years, the armies of Kairos the Overlord have swept across the known world. All who stood against them fell before their might. Even the Archons, women and men of immense power, were forced to kneel, chained to the Overlord's will. Now Kairos' final conquest has come to our corner of the world, and two of the Overlord's armies compete for the honor of taking our lands. The elite disfavored, and the teeming horde of the Scarlet Chorus. The voices of Nerat, spymaster and Archon of secrets, guides the fierce and undisciplined masses of the Scarlet Chorus. With each battle, the Scarlet Chorus grows stronger, as the defeated are given a simple choice: serve or die. Graven Ash, Archon of War and the Overlord's most loyal general, leads the disfavored. Though small in number, Kairos' ironclad legion has never met true defeat in open battle. Watching over the two generals is Tyranny, the Adjudicator, Archon of Justice, eldest of Kairos' minions. Tyranny brings Kairos' laws to newly conquered lands, aided by the Fatebinders, judges and executioners of the Overlord's laws. You were among the youngest of the court of Fatebinders when Kairos' armies came to our lands. How could we have known that the fate of thousands would rest in your hands?
Hello everybody, welcome to a brand new Let's Play. This game is, of course, Tyranny. Never played this before, it was just released, I bought it. And it's an RPG. Alright. Not bad, not bad. I think I'll go with a woman. Because changes. Plus, I prefer to look at the ass of a woman than of a man. Let's go for... I wonder if body type has anything to do with strength. On the other hand, let's go with a man. So it's tall, medium, and short, or thin, bulky, and thin. Okay, let's go with the medium. Skin. Wow. One of the few games where you actually have two choices for dark skin. Cool. I guess this is the closest to me, so let's go with that. In the Northern Empire, where you were born, men enjoy equal protections under the laws of the Overlord Kairos. In the southern lands of the Tiers, only men may own or captain ships, but real estate is restricted to women. Sorry. Men, actually this was done somewhere else. On Earth, I mean. Anyway. Men may lease, but durable ownership of the land in the Tiers always passes to eldest daughters or sister. Most sons enter their father's profession by their mid-teens. Those without a profession or family, lands to work can find purpose by pledging service to one of the Overlord's mighty Archons. Criminals, derelicts, and others are often conscripted into the armies of the Archons if a child cannot forget forge his own skein. She will certainly find one in battle. Okay. Appearance. Okay. Let's go. Okay, let's go the face first. Not many options. Not sure who is closest to me. I guess perhaps this one. Face and hair. I guess so. No, I don't have any beard. I just keep forgetting to save. Hair color, alright. Why cannot any games have proper brown or brunette color hair? Why? Am I recording this? I hope I am. Okay, let's go this one. Male noble.
That wasn't so hard.
That's what she said.
I'm injured, tired. Let's rest.
Bored.
Trouble is afoot.
You learn something every day. Moving cautiously.
I like her voice.
Aye.
To battle! Good work.
Yeah, that's me.
You learn something every day.
Yeah, let's go with that. Portrait. I don't even know what type of character I'll be. Perhaps... I don't know. He's using an iPad. Oh wait, there are more. These are all women, okay. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, I'll go with this one. History. How did you join Kiro's army? Pit fighter, hunter, guild apprentice, noble scion, soldier, lawbreaker, so it's a criminal. War mage. Diplomat. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be a diplomat. War mage. No, let's go with soldier. Describe war, current justice, and you're drafted in the core fate banner, where your martial skills were put to use in enforcement. Yeah, why not? Primary expertise. You are trained in the following combat style: sword and shield, greatsword, sword bow, sock spells. No, I don't feel like magic. Vigor spells. Stats, cooldown. Yeah, I don't care. Atrophy. Weaken the attacks and so on. Okay, frost, unarmed, dual wielding, javelin, thrown weapons basically. Don't care that much. Short bow. I don't care that much. Greatsword or sword and steel, and shield. Greatsword, blah blah blah. 200 weapons, parry athletics. 100 weapon, parry athletics. Yeah, I'll go with that one. Hey, that's me. Primary expertise. Choose an ability. Seared Slam. Cooldown 30 seconds. Damage 10-15. Cross version 2 rounds. Effects 4 target days for 20 seconds. Interrupt average 2 seconds. Valid weapon shield. Slam your shield against the target, dazing them for a moderate duration. Right click for details. It's the same thing. And Sunder or Sunder. 11-14 slash pierce, base 710, prime weapon versus parry. Effects 4 targets, Sunder for 20 seconds. What the is Sunder? Valid weapons, dual wind thrown weapons, 100, 200, yeah. Oh wait, okay. Deliver a powerful overhead attack that reduces the target armor. Let's go with that. Alright. What's this? Bronze sword. Okay. So I guess I start with this. Quality common damage 7 pairs. So there's a difference between slash pierce, or it means that there's this, or does this mean they are the same? And actually, if I disabled, yes, okay, the phone. Fed binder shield equipped, offhand only, quality common. Okay, next. Secondary expertise, believing that all that. Alright, secondary style. Spear and shield, finally spear. That's one of the reasons why I bought this game. You don't find spears in many games. RPGs especially. Or any other. Apart from, strategy games. War mace. Sword boss experience. Yeah, definitely spear and shield. So this means I can also have so it's a short spear, right? In front of land, holding a shield will slow down your attack rate slightly, but give you good defense bonuses. You learn this ability, Shield Slam. Okay. I'm fine with that. Bronze Spear. Character colors. Well, that's not a difficult choice. Although, so this has to be this color. Yeah, alright. So the armor doesn't change. So we go pink and pink. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. This looks okay too. Ah, much better. And now let's change. No, how about blue? Alright, that's slightly better. Purple. Purple is good too. Dark purple. Oh yeah, that's nice. Banner customization. Oh, okay. Anything with a spear. This is close enough, I guess. This has spears. I guess I'll go with this one. Hey, what's this? Oh, the color of the banner. And what's this then? The actual thingy, okay. Well, the actual thingy would remain orange, kind of. Yeah. Name. A mighty warrior. Just have the pointy, because I like spears. Yeah, I know. Attributes, just have the point. Mighty. Might determines the physical strength of a character. Increased might leads to more powerful attacks and strong abilities, as well as increasing the endurance defense. Might 10, plus 0% attack and ability strength, endurance defense. This attribute is strongly recommended for you because of your training in sword and shield and spear and shield. Finesse. The finesse attribute describes a character's physical and mental precision. Finesse is used to determine accuracy of attacks and spells, as well as increasing one armor's chances to reduce his type. Example, a critical to hit or a hit to graze. So it's basically dexterity. The attribute is strongly recommended, yeah? Quickness. Then how often a character can use their abilities and spells in... yeah, I don't care about that. In general, I tend to forget using my special abilities no matter what game. Or just choose not to. Yeah, let's go with that. Vitality determines character's physical health and their increase of and their strength of personality. It also increases their will defense. I guess it makes sense. Wits. The wits attribute describes character's mental acuity, their ability to observe the environment and pick up on clues, which is used to increase spell strength and as well as increase the magic defense. So this is just for magic. And observe the... Okay, perhaps not, because it says pick up on clues, so perhaps dialogue or something, or see traps. Resolve. Resolve determines the character's ability to endure physical and mental challenges. Resolve is the primary attribute used to derive the endurance. Used to derive the endurance, will, and magic defenses. It also increases the durations of afflictions applied by the character. Okay. So endurance is what? In terms of game, I mean. Defense against special attacks, perhaps? Let's get might and finesse from 1 point, definitely. Vitality 1 because we need health. Which magic? So this increases just the magic defense here. No, 5% spare. We don't need that. But can we reduce? Oh, you can reduce it. That's interesting. But it says the ability to observe their environment and pick up on clues. So I guess this is not just about magic. And no, there is no manual that I know of. Resolve. Potential kind of ability to induce affliction duration. I don't care about affliction duration unless I can injure someone and then this makes it better for me, or more damage to the enemy. To endure. Well, this is defensive only, right? But no, it says also increase the duration of affliction applied by the character. Applied? Okay, let's leave it at 10. A 10. Let's get one more for each of them. Quickness. Yeah, I don't care about that. Which I'll leave which at. Let's get one more. I don't know why. And vitality one more and get. Finesse one more. Alright. Skills. Have 20 points. 100 weapons. Yeah. Okay. Swords, axes, daggers, and maces. Higher skill values lead to more accurate attacks, increase the chance of critical strikes. And supports his athletics. Determines a character's ability to traverse difficult terrain, as well as their ability to execute complicated moves in combat. Athletics is used indirectly to determine your ability to intimidate or physically overpower someone. That sounds like 3 points. Parry. The parry skill defense against melee attack and spells. Higher skill ranks will reduce damage from enemy attacks and may lead them to missile together. Oh, this smells like 7 points. Dodge. The dodge skill defense against ranged attacks from bows, javelin, or magic spell. Higher skill rank will reduce damage taken or even cause enemies to miss it. I'm gonna leave this at 20 for now. Law. Law skill determines the character's ability to decipher information and put together clues from fragments of information. This skill is critical for magic users who wish to learn new runes to power their spells. Law is also used in dialogue to determine what you know about the history of the world, or to impress others of your intelligence. Okay. Hopefully it means also gives us more options. 5 points. Subterfuge. The subterfuge skill determines a character's ability to move unseen through their environment, to detect and manipulate hidden traps and devices, and to open locked chests and doors. It is also used in dialogue to determine your ability to deceive or trick the person you're speaking to. Let's get 2 points here. Unarmed combat determines. I don't care about that. I don't think I'll do many. Oh, I cannot take points away. That sucks. Throne, magic staff, dual wield, bows. Let's get the rest points on 100 weapons. Yeah, I guess I can increase them later, right? How do you want to continue? Conquest. Selecting the Conquest option will allow you to play through Kira's Conquest of the Tears, choosing how your character was involved in the invasion. This gives you the most control of the starting state of the game and how other factions will react to your character. Quick Start. Selecting the Quick Start option will bypass the Conquest phase of character creation. You will select from a list of available templates for how your character was involved in Kira's Conquest of the Tears. This will affect the starting state. Okay, let's go Conquest.
All the world has fallen to Kairos.
Kairos,
And now
not
the
Kairos,
Overlord's
okay.
eye is on the Tears. our home. The last corner of the world free of Kairos' reign. 2 armies, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, marched south from the Northern Empire, the last realm to fall to Kairos a century prior. In the early days of 428, Kairos' armies arrive at the Gates of Judgment, the mountainous border that we Tearsmen so long believed unassailable. Unable to agree on a unified plan of defense, the various leaders of the Tears sit and wait for each other to deal with the conquerors, until it's too late.
Conquest. During the Conquest, you decide your character's actions during Kairos' Alphabet Kairos invasion of the Tears, shaping the world through which you will adventure over the course of the game. Each choice you make affects your character and how major factions of the Tears respond to you. Your decisions matter. Choose wisely. 428 TR, Year 1 of Kairos Conquest. The Bastard City. The Bastard City stood on, named for its position between 2 realms, the Northern Empire and the Southern Tiers. The Bastard City and its surrounding lands, known as the Bastard Tier, is a melting pot of cultures and a place of commerce and intrigue. The Tiersmen of the South view the Bastard City as a place of wealth and excess. Wow. Wow. But to the people of the Northern Empire, the Bastard City is a little more than a sprawling slum. To none, the Adjudicator established his court in the Bastard City. From this foothold in the Tiers, he and his court of Fatebinders imposed Kairos laws upon the conquered land. The Bastard City stood on the northern border between Kairos Empire and the Tiers. Kairos is the name out of legend. For centuries the Overlord has consolidated power, sending vast armies to swallow entire realms. The most powerful mystic the world has ever seen, Kairos can issue edicts, magical proclamations that level cities, spread pox, sunder the lands, or change the course of seasons. The Archons, the masters of magic throughout the known world, bow to Kairos, and the Overlord readily destroys any Archons unwilling to kneel. These sorceresses, and madmen lead the Overlord's army in near-endless conquest. As the realms of the known world fall to the Overlord, these captured territories are divvied up among the Archons to manage. Able to deliver suffering and woe to every corner of Terratus without leaving the capital, few have seen the Overlord in person. Though Kairos' name is the single most recognized name in the world, well, apart from me, I'm the one who can say his name. The Archons can say what the Overlord looks like. Okay. Tiers, built upon natural harbor on the crossroads, the city was next of commerce. To the Tiers, to the son of its symbolic status as a gateway to the continent made it a natural first target in Kairos' military conquest. Circumstances were ideal for you to prove your worth as a soldier in Kairos' armies. Taking this city would send a message to the rest of the Tiers. Kairos' will is insurmountable. Something like that. Select a token on the map to begin. Infiltrate the Tiers. Both armies send their forces to prepare the way. Gates of Judgment. In the first major engagement of the war, Kairos' armies cross the mountains and establish a foothold. Gates of Judgment. The armies of Kairos took the battle to the Gates of Judgment. trumpeting the opening call of the Conquest of the Tears. The two armies brought their distinctive sense of order and chaos to the assault. You went to battle alongside the army whose approach best suited your strength. Join battle alongside the disfavored. Join battle alongside the Scarlet Horus. Okay. And what about this? History would remember the Gates of Judgment as the first battle of the Conquest, but the real combat unfolded with advanced units of both armies preparing for the coming war. The disfavored and Scarlet Horus each had a plan to infiltrate the capital city. Which army did you join? Disciplined and battle-hardened are an elite legion in Kiro's army. They spearheaded the conquest of the younger realms, finding themselves always outnumbered but never outclassed, led by the steadfast and dutiful Graven Ash, whom they follow with obsessive devotion. They are committed to imposing their interpretation of order upon the relative lowliness of the Tears. The Legion only tolerates Northerners in their ranks, priding themselves on their high standards and cultural purity. And this? Skullhole is a little more than a gang of thugs and their captive slaves. I like them. Rather than organized under commissioned officers, the Horus follow a hierarchy seemingly ruled by whoever has the bravado to command and defend their position. At the head of his chaotic pecking order, the Archon of Secrets, better known as the Voices of Nerat, treats the Scarlet Horus as his personal army. The Scarlet Horus often suffers tremendous losses after battle. That's not good. Only to swell in the aftermath when captured enemies and collateral prisoners are given the cruel opportunity to join or die. Well, at least we'll let someone live. So the question is, shall we infiltrate or shall we go for battle? Let's infiltrate. Let's go for battle. Let's go for battle. You rushed through the chaotic mass of the Scarlet Horus, flanked the bastard city's army, and drove them to flee. You got the mercenary army unprepared for the mania and disorder of the Scarlet Horus. Your forces overwhelmed the tier defenses in a few short hours, hacking and burning their way into the continent. Any mercenaries who survived the battle found themselves initiated into the Scarlet Horus, tortured by ruthless interrogators, or made the sport of competition as the army marched ruthlessly forward. Okay. To judge the enemy. You decided the fate of enemy soldiers captured in battle. The soldiers of the Tears fell by the hundreds, and Kiro's armies would not agree on how to handle what few survivors are dragged back to camp. Befitting your role, the commanders turned to you to decide the fate of those who occupied prisoners' pens. There are only enough prisoners to support the plan of a single army. Enslave the enemy, conscript the enemy. The disfavored need the slaves to hold their gear, dig latrines, and keep their pallets warm at night. You consign the survivors of battle to their subservient role among Graven Ash's noble troops. The last of the great against the overall names of past. Okay, don't care. Give them the chance to serve in Kiro's army or die. The script did no extra troops. And this one? Feeding the host. You found a way to feed Kiro's armies in enemy territory. Against the most optimistic projections, the disfavored and Skull Hordes made short work of the local defenses. They did so well that the armies quickly outpaced their supply caravans. Troops were plentiful, but food was scarce. You only had time to execute one plan to secure provision. You authorized disfavored troops to confiscate troop and supplies from traveling merchant caravans. The Tears had already spent ignorant centuries getting themselves outside of Kiro's law. You authorized the Skull Horse to send their horde out to pillage from farms and villages, spreading the infantry of Kiro's army prepared to Tears for the reality of the impending Conquest Council. Prefer this one. Yeah. You armed cooperative ex-soldiers with scrap weapons and tossed them into the vanguard of the next Scarlet Horus assault. Those who survived were welcome to make up the arms and armor of the fallen and eke out the desperate struggles to survive in Kyros' military. Never seen this war before. After the first victory, he rewarded the new recruits with the opportunity to execute their wounded or reluctant countrymen. Okay. Taking the Bastard City, the armies of Kyros amassed around the Bastard City, the first bastion of the Tears to fall. Both armies longed to storm the walled outpost, the Scarlet Hordes howling for plunder, and the disfavored forming an unbreakable sealed wall. The prowess on the field of battle had carried them this far, but there was one more step before total victory. Both of the armies had inspired schemes to take the Bastard City, which did you support? You joined the disfavored vanguard in a direct assault upon the city gates. No fortification would stand before the unstoppable legion. Abilities: Warrior's Respite, cooldown 1 per encounter, effect self, minus 50% damage for 12 seconds, plus 15% health every 3 seconds for 12 seconds. That sounds good. Stand your ground in the face of defeat. During this time you will regenerate health rapidly, but your damage is significantly reduced. So 3 to 4, so you get 60% health in 12 seconds. Not bad. Okay. You joined the Scarlet Hordes in setting fire to the city and blocking the gates, and defenders would surrender or burn. Searing Palm, 24 seconds, damage 8 to 15, fire versus magic. What? Effects: 4 target. Mage Fire Affliction for 9 seconds, range 2. Gather heated energy into your hands and release it onto a foe. The target ignites in flames, burning over time. What's this? You let a mixed band of disfavored and Scarlet Horus scouts over the city walls to sabotage its defenses. Abilities: Concealing Shadows, cooldown 1 per encounter, effect self plus 100% grace deflection for 12 seconds, minus 100 accuracy for 12 seconds, plus 200 dodge, plus 200 parry. Create a cloud of obscuring shadows and dust. For a short duration, enemies that use physical attacks against you have a significantly increased chance to miss. During this time, your attacks will also be less effective. What more options can you get? Nothing. Very interesting though. Subterfuge will skill determines his card's ability to move unseen through the environment. Interesting. This could be used during battle. When I say I'm in trouble and don't want to get hit, and I want some time to recover, I could use this one. Or of course if I need to infiltrate something. Since I don't have any special skills, I don't plan on getting any special skills for infiltration, for stealth. This could be something to have when I need to. Yeah, let's go with that. Though it was challenging to earn the cooperation of both armies, their shared interest in taking down the city defenses allows your scouts to work as a single unit. Once your forces scaled the walls, a mixture of tactics and savagery destabilized the city guard, who quickly lost their command over the defenses and were forced to surrender. Lacking the support of archers or siege weapons, the Bastard City fell quickly to Kyros' superior might. That's cool. The Bastard City settled to a new state of normancy. With every tower displaying Kyros' banner, your name was whispered alongside rumors of a decorated career to come. That was nice. The armies divided into 2 fronts and migrated south. Tunon sent word that you were to join the next frontier of Kyros' conquest, either as a judge and overseer of the settlement of Lithian's Crossing, or as a war advisor of the armies advancing into the realms of Apex. You may choose only one of these locations, Lithian's Crossing or Apex. Okay, so Lethian's Crossing is this one. And Apex is this one. Yes. The troops of the mountain realm of Apex stood idle in the safety of their valley, biding their time as their neighbors in the bastard Teal fell. In the second year of war, a joint force of the disfavored and Scarlet Hordes crossed over the mountains to take control of the Tear Central Valley. Lithian's Crossing. Deposits of iron made the settlement of Lithian's Crossing a strategic war asset. Kira sent the force-bound smith mages of exceptional skill to establish a flow of weaponry. Tyranny the Adjudicator, sent one of his fate binders to ensure the enforcement of Kira's law. Tyranny is the Archon of Justice, so it's the ruler of the Conquest. Realms and arbiter of disputes, oldest of the Archons sent to conquer the Tears. Tyranny speaks to Kira's authority. His true appearance remains hidden behind an iron mask, the face of judgment. Tyranny is an impartial, sober creature who wholly obsessed with justice and order. Though assumed to be a powerful combatant, Tyranny rarely strays from his throne room, entrusting his court of fate binders to act as his eyes and ears, as well as judges, juries, and executioners. Okay, I'll go for this, the Apex, because it appears to be more, although this probably is better. Okay, this is probably going to be better for the war effort. So let's go with that one. Year 2 of Kira's Conquest, okay. And still we are not in the game. I mean the RPG element of the game. But we are getting closer. I believe. I hope. Lithian's Crossing. Years ago, Lithian the Bold founded a small merchant town at the intersection of ancient old walls. The pact between the settlers and the mercenary company meant the caravans were able to travel without fear of bandits or bane, and the town thrived in modest insignificance. I like the writing. Lithian's Crossing drew Kira's attention for the iron deposits in the surrounding hills. With the region under Kira's control, the northern smith mages could set up workshops to refine ore and arm the disfavored with the finest weapon in the known world. The Archon of Secrets dismantled the mercenary support with a generous bribe, taking the crossing in a bloodless victory. Tyranny dispatched you to travel alongside Kira's forces and bring order to the region. Cool. Okay. The iron must flow. Kira's smith mages worked day and night to create weapons. No one faulted their dedication, yet production was low. The plans that came to light proved divisive to the disfavored and Scarlet Hordes. On one hand, any additional manpower was needed for fighters, not forges. On the other hand, the celebrated weaponry of Kira's armies needed to be fiercely guarded. The Scarlet Hordes took refugees from their recent influx and forced them to serve in Kira's military. You repurposed these individuals to haul wagons of iron for the smith mages. This proved an inconvenience to the Scarlet Hordes, who relied on their force of numbers to be effective in the field. You conscripted help from the local tribe of Beastmen. Beastmen? Their strength would more than offset their disobedience. The disfavored protested that savages have access to the secrets of iron, but their voices were few compared to the support of the Scarlet Hordes. Okay, what about this one? The Cult of Siren. Siren, Archon of Song, used her arcane charm to lure locals into joining Kira's army. As patroness of the Scarlet Hordes, her efforts were critical to the conscription of new recruits. When an enthralled disfavored soldier joined her cult, his company feared that the Archon was growing out of control and needed to be stopped. The disfavored demanded that the Archon of Song cease her recruitment practices and that they be allowed to violently subdue her subdue her cult. Subdue her cult of followers. Wow. The loss of soldiers was a significant setback for the Scarlet Horse. In Scarlet Horse tradition, you send the latest batch of cultists to the front lines of the Apex campaign. Those who survived were welcome to remain in Kyros military, and their performance would stand this. What? What? Okay. Scarlet Horse agreed to transfer Syrian's latest recruits to the front lines of the Apex campaign. Your resolution fit their traditional model of conscription, so they considered it a fair alternative. In the weeks to come, one of them returned to active duty that never Syrian herself accepted. Syrian, likely owing to their obsessive devotion to the Archon and her enchanting music. Right. Red Anvil, one of Kyros' myth mages, swore allegiance to the Scarlet Horse. Jealousy hoarding the secret of iron forging, the disfavored demanded the smith's immediate return. The Scarlet Horse insisted that they were within their rights to take allegiance from any source. Timbers flared and the forges cooled as arguments stalled productivity. Since the smith mage would not willingly return to work, you enlisted the disfavored to return him there in chains. Since Kyros' law dictated that the secrets of iron be granted only to the smith mages, you ruled that the new recruit's mind be erased of all memory. Ancient threats. Drawn to the arcade energy around the forges, mystical predators from the nearby old walls began to raid Lithian's crossing at all hours. Both of Kyros' armies reserved the strength for the front lines of the war, and yet the city required protection. You had to delegate the responsibility somewhere. As the largest army, you tasked the Scarlet Horse with the burden of security. The disfavored took the opportunity to gather their strength. Since the disfavored used most of the iron that came out of Lithian's crossing, it fell to them to stand as the city's vigilant protectors. The Scarlet Horse enjoyed a necessary reprieve. Yeah, let's help them. Though the disfavored were averse to your ruling, they couldn't argue the reasoning behind it. They rallied in the streets of Lithian's crossings, patrolling on alert in shifts that lasted day and night in an impressive show of force. They managed to repel several attacks from the predators in districts that would have otherwise suffered great harm. Able to do some good, the disfavored still detested you for keeping them from the battle with the real enemy in the tiers. Who controlled the crossing? Tragedy struck when a mercenary hired by the voices of Nerat injured a forge-bound artisan, leaving him unable to practice his craft. Forge-bound. The forge-bound are mage-smiths from... okay, so basically they're mages. Smiths. Okay. Tunon ordered the... Tunon is the leader. Yeah. The viceroy, I guess. Tunon ordered the mercenaries to leave the city in the hands of Kyros' more responsible servants. Only a token garrison could be left behind while the armies returned to the front. As the disfavored and Scarlet Horse showed increasing tension and hostility towards each other, Tunon decreed it best that only one force control the crossing. Who controls the crossing? You granted control of the Lithian's crossing to the disfavored. Scarlet Horse, of course. I'm trying to be good to them, not that I... The Scarlet Horse flooded Lithian's crossing with over-eager and undisciplined recruits. In the first few days of occupation, settlers suffered under rampant theft, murder, rape, and arson. By the following week, the horsemen who sowed chaos for personal gain were dead, strung up by the more disciplined half that took up the reins as the self-appointed bosses of Lithian's crossing. The forge-bound continued to mint iron weapons and armor, which Kyros merchants carted to the disfavored garrison elsewhere in the tiers. Shipments were light or sometimes absent. The Skald of Horus quartermaster claimed ignorance of the matter. Wow. Yeah. Lithian's Crossing 1409 TR. With the mercenaries expelled and Lithian's Crossing under the new leadership, Kyros forces congratulated themselves on bringing order to the settlement and guaranteeing a productive flow of resources. Over the course of this diversion, the army front advanced further into the tiers. Your skills were needed in the realm of Azure, Stalwart, or the Vellum Citadel. Okay, Vellum Citadel. Its treasures, its knowledge, its secrets, okay? Or Stalwart. With its easily defended position and rich military tradition, the realm of Stalwart was the most formidable realm in the tiers. Or Azure, the center one. Kyros dispatched the Archon of Stone to subjugate the nation of Azure. I rather control this one, so I don't have my back or my flank to the enemy. The nation of Azure, once the richest settlement of the tiers, sat on a verdant, fertile plain. As the disfavored class of the Azures defended, the Skald hordes contended against the region's tribal beastmen, who protected their ancestral lands with incredible fury. Kyros dispatched the Archon Cairn to break the stalemate and force Azure into submission. The colossal man of stone and flesh arrived as instructed, but earning his cooperation was a tall order, even for you. As tall as the hills. Cairn is the Archon of Stone, master of earth and soil, destroyer of mountains and cities. Cairn is the reluctant leader of the Earthshaker Guild, though he is less their teacher and more their object of study. The massive Archon is sworn to graven ass and provides arcane support to the disfavored war effort. That's good to know. Stalked by shadows. After a roaming pack of beastmen slaughtered a disfavored patrol, the Scarlet Chorus responded by laying claim to the beasts for their army, while the disfavored readied a company to enact vengeance. I guess this is a beastman. The disfavored legion considered the beasts beyond taming, and the butchers of the Northern Brethren needed to be brought to justice. You denied the Scarlet Horde's spurious claim and authorized the disfavored to enact proper vengeance for their fallen. You denied the disfavored the vengeance and joined the chorus in capturing the beasts. Okay. Destruction of Azure. Cairn, the Archon of Stone, carved a deadly path through Azure, using his powers to blight the land. The Scarlet Chorus complained that his tactics left no farmland to feed the growing army. Since Cairn marched with the disfavored, the Scarlet Chorus held the legion responsible for the destruction and lost harvests. You ruled that the Archon of Stone may do as he wishes with the soil, being its natural master, and instructed the Scarlet Chorus to better control the numbers and plan better for the lean seasons. You ordered Cairn's disciples, the disfavored Earthshakers, to use their magic to repair the arable land destroyed by the Archon of Stone. At Cairn's rate of destruction, the lands of Azure would soon be unable to sustain crops. But Kyros wanted a conquered land, not a barren wasteland. The Scarlet Chorus voiced this concern, and you backed them, going so far as to enlist disfavored mages for aid. Though loath to pause their studies and focus on agriculture, the mages grudgingly ascended and travelled with their rear guard, working to heal the land as they went. Okay. Cairn's madness. The Archon of Stone refused to rejoin the war camp, loudly denying Kyros' claim over Azure. Nothing less than a full unit of soldiers could subdue the treasonous Archon. Treasonous? Okay. Yet neither army was willing to risk lives tracking him down. You delivered the order that sent Kyros' forces marching after Cairn. When Cairn brought them victory, the disfavored hailed him as one of their number. With Cairn defied the will of the Overlord, it fell to the disfavored to track him down and get answers. Scalichorus had the advantage of numbers and speed. He ordered them to deploy their numerous scouts to scour the countryside and find the alleged traitor Cairn. Forced into the fray, the Archon of Stone went missing during the campaign. As disfavored mages busied themselves with their search for Cairn, the Scalichorus forced the mages into combat against their will, during which two were slain. Furious at the waste of trained specialists, the disfavored demanded that the Scalichorus be punished. The disfavored demanded that you liberate the captive mages, and had those who forced them into battle made their slaves. You ruled that the demands of war allowed the Scalichorus to appropriate military resources when they were available. I prefer this one, and let's send the Scalichorus. Seldom praised for the subtlety. The howling mob of the Scalichorus took the wilderness in great numbers. Though they scoured the region from top to bottom and found a wealth of evidence to suggest Cairn's passing, they could not locate the Archon. The evidence they found suggested that Cairn had amassed a following of local beastmen, the implications of which troubled Kyros' army. The Edict of Stone. The Archon of Stone made brazen declaration that Kyros had no claim to rule the Tiers. Soon after, word arrived that Kyros would dispatch this rebellious minion with an edict. Powerful magic. Having shown a stern hand against the disfavored in the past, Tyranny deemed it proper that you deliver punishment. Tyranny selected you for the honor of proclaiming Kyros' Edict of Stone, a magical spell with the power to destroy the Archon. As he sensed his approaching doom, Cairn began an assault on Plainsgate, the largest human settlement in the area. It fell to you to send Kyros' forces into a suicide mission to halt Cairn's destruction while you completed the proclamation of the edict of Stone. Knowing there was little chance of survival, you ordered the disfavored to march against the Archon of Stone as he neared the city of Plainsgate. You hoped that the elite of Kyros' armies would delay Cairn long enough for you to read the Overlord's edict. Believing that there was a slight chance that their superior numbers could hold off the Archon of Stones, you sent the Scalichorus to delay Cairn's march on Plainsgate. You hoped you would have enough time to read Kyros' edict before Cairn reached the city. You believed that the only chance of slowing Cairn's assault was to commit the full force of Kyros' armies against him. It was a desperate gamble. If you are wrong, there will be no one left alive to warn the other Archons of your failure. Still, you ordered both disfavored and Scalichorus forces to march against the Archon of Stone while you read the Overlord's edict. I'll do this one. The disfavored and Scalichorus alike questioned the wisdom of this command. You were uncompromising. This approach was the only guarantee to halt the Archon's destruction. The disfavored phalanx shattered under Cairn's fury, and the Scalichorus mob was reduced to a smear under his foot. The city of Plainsgate suffered little damage at all as the armies kept Cairn occupied, a small beacon of hope among the devastation. As you read the Edict of Stone, the earth under the battlefield groaned open, splitting up outcroppings of rock that obliterated the surrounding landscape for miles. When the land heaved open to take Cairn, the Archon allowed it with serene acceptance. Wow. What a good story. The Edict of Stone, with the lands blighted and unrecognizable, the realms of Azure was left utterly ruined by the events of the war. In times to come, the Tiers would call this blasted region the Stone Sea, for the treacherous rock formations and persistent quakes became the defining features of this once Verdant land. The Skull Horus established a sprawling camp in the shattered rocky terrain and quickly absorbed those displaced by the upheaval of the land. These hapless refugees were put to work as slaves and soldiers, and the Chorus slowly built themselves a makeshift fortress in the blighted, quake-ridden realm. Your tour of duty in the broken lands of Azure was complete. You didn't have long to rest before Tunon called you into service once more. And I guess this is going to be the last part, or we have already finished. Conquest complete, finished. We have reached the end of Kyros' conquest. Do you want to continue or erase your progress and start over? Replay? No, I'm kidding. Continue. The lore skill can be used to impress character. Yeah. Nice graphics.
The year is 431, and Kairos' invasion has shattered all major opposition in the tiers. The Younger Realms, the Bastard Tier, the Free Cities. All who defied Kairos lay broken by battle, or bowed in surrender. The two armies of the Overlord, the Disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus, now control our lands. But our will is not yet extinguished. Not entirely. In the valley of Vendrian's Well, those of us unwilling to bow to Kairos have banded together in defiance. Violating an oath of surrender from 2 years prior, we have staged a bloody uprising, murdering the Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus garrison in a midnight assault. With their main forces spread across the tiers, the Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus redeploy to Vendrian's Well to crush the resistance, but months pass with no definitive battle. As disagreement and discord paralyze the Archons, we bide our time and wait for our message of insurrection to spread across the tiers. The Overlord is not amused, and Kairos has one message for the Archons: crush the Oathbreakers or die. Kairos backs this threat with an edict, a magical commandment that can slay all in the valley should the order be ignored. The honor of proclaiming this edict fell to you. Sent across the mountains to Vendrian's Well, you carry the Overlord's edict to read before the Archons. As you finally make your way through the winding mountain passes into the valley, the ground trembles, and Kairos' magic seals the way behind you. You are trapped in Vendrian's Well, with Kairos' armies and the Oathbreakers. The only way to survive is to fulfill the terms of the Overlord's edict, in any way that you can.
Okay. This is the one I had to test the recording. Alright, continue this next time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm going to dive into the proper game in the next episode. Bye bye.